There we go. It's recording now. Okay.
Okay, so Connie, what do you want to do with this first?
Okay. Upon my first reaction of looking at it, I feel like I want to find a recipe.
Okay, so if you want to find a recipe, you get this page.
Okay.
Here.
I have no recipes, so no. Okay.
So what do you want to do?
So I guess I can just go to this nifty calendar thing first then.
Okay. When you're on this page and you have no recipes and you want recipes, what would you do?
I would browse recipes.
But you don't want to do that right now.
No, I'll do it
Okay.
later. I'll check that out later. Okay, so that's today. And then there's going to be a dinner plan on Thursday, okay? And I can either choose to prepare a meal or suggest a meal. I want to see what happens if I suggest a meal. Or would I need recipes first?
When you suggest a meal, I have that sketched out, but due to time constraints, I didn't make it into the digital prototypes.
Okay.
But you go to the recipes and then find a recipe from them.
Okay.
And
can I like click on dinner?
Yeah.
And like what certain
And
days
then-
just to check out what is.
Yes, and then that day becomes selected. You
Okay.
can see the meal. As you can see right here.
Okay.
Is,
That's good.
Is
Can I click on the pictures so that way I can not click, press on the
Tap?
pictures, tap the pictures to get more information to elaborate.
Yeah. If you
Yeah.
tapped on the pictures, it would probably give you this next screen, which shows
Okay.
you more information, which is the same thing as see more. So basically, I guess, if you tap
Billy.
anywhere on there.
Billy said, "I can't wait. This is my favorite."
And there's very little punctuation because he's preteen.
I see.
But okay. And
Okay. So I'm gonna go back to the recipes page,
okay.
and I'm gonna browse for recipes this time.
There we go. So
Okay.
on that second screen, you're browsing for recipes. There's a lot of recipes for asparagus.
Yes, there's a lot of asparagus. So say I choose like one specific one, or
And then-
unless.
Yeah, and that brings you to this fourth screen on the page.
Okay. Cool.
You also have the option to search, and it'll allow you to just search for a recipe, and then recipes that contain that term will show up.
Cool. So I can just add this to a date if I want to.
Yes,
Yes.
and that'll bring you back to the calendar, and
But
you can
I-
add it to a date.
Never have time to cook, so I'm not gonna add to a date. Instead, let's go to this bowl thing right there. My tasks, Julio.
You're me in this scenario.
Okay, I'm Ruth today. Okay, so for February 28th, I'm shopping for asparagus and garlic. Cool. So the checkoff mark, is that for when I'm done with the?
Yes.
Okay, so what's the X for?
If you decided you couldn't do it,
Oh.
does that make sense? Should it not be there?
I didn't really get it at first with the check mark and the X together. I mean, technically, if I already did it, shouldn't the X not be there anymore? I mean, it'd be kind of.
Yeah, but in this, if you've checked it off, then it won't show up there anymore because you.
Oh, so
finished it.
that's-
so this is something you haven't done yet,
So this is something I haven't. Okay, that's confusing.
and you can check it off when you're done, or you can exit to say, "Oh, oops, can't do this after all."
I think it would be nicer if you didn't just have them by themselves, but maybe have them within a box.
Okay.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
that way people know that this is a choice, and maybe you can have them when people show what happens when people select them, that one will fill with color or something like that, because it's just that's a little confusing. Okay, but otherwise that's good. So I'm gonna go further onto my profile, which apparently looks the same as the format for my tasks. Okay. Then I can look at my recipe box. And so how do I edit my profile? Oh, right there. Right there. There you go.
Yeah.
These buttons are really small, Ruth.
Yeah. That's something I could change.
Yeah. Easily changed. So if I want to look through the rest of my family, I'll just go like press
Yeah.
it. Yeah.
You can see in the third screen you've selected your younger brother Billy.
Okay. Is there a reason why this isn't centered?
Because you could have more family members.
But technically this is all my family that I have, so.
It could be centered, I suppose.
Yeah. I mean, it's kind of like you can auto-center it. Like when they add more, you can just have it centered already.
Except if you had more that went outside the screen. I mean, you could scroll through them.
Oh, okay.
But you might not want them centered. But I don't know. I can figure that out. But anyway, do you have any suggestions for improvements or things that are confusing?
I mean,
said already?
The format seems like really easy to get. There's nothing that I really can say except what I already said. So keep on going with what you have.
Okay.
See, we're finished.